Overwatch has been one of my biggest addictions since its release, with its well-balanced team play and a huge variety of characters with different playstyles. But with such a variety of characters, I started thinking, what doesn't Overwatch have? Whether you think Overwatch launched with enough content or not, you can't deny its constant free updates have continued to support the game in a big way. Special and exclusive skins during events encourage me to return time and time again, and new maps give me new routes and choke points to learn, on top of perfecting the maps that are already there. And most of all, new characters keep rolling out, which I think is some of the biggest additions, considering how many elements have to be accounted for. If a new character doesn't work with the others in a way that complements them, it could send the whole game out of whack. I took a small break from the OW just before Orisa came out and instantly felt a change coming back. Because of her large shield she can throw down similar to Reinhardt's, I saw many teams alternating between the two. When Reinhardt's broke, they would put up Orisa's back and forth, creating a stronger defense than I was used to. I made a video a while back looking at Overwatch's characters and the games Blizzard clearly took inspiration from, like good old Quake rocket launchers to literal wall hacks used by dirty fucking cheaters. Almost any playstyle can be found in Overwatch's character roster, but which can't be? What game inspirations haven't been tapped? Here's some of my ideas. First off, something that's already in the game. I'd love to see more of team helping buff type stuff. Think things like Soldier's healing thing, or Zenyatta's tags, or Toblerone's candy. Those characters already have these things, but I feel like more could be added. Abilities that directly affect your team could lead to even stronger teamwork, making those lone wolf players focus more on the team play. I'm not saying add this to Tracer, but the first idea that comes to mind is what if her dash created a field behind it that absorbed enemy projectiles like D.Va's defense matrix. It would only block for a second, but if a teammate's about to get fucking murdered, a well-placed dash could give them just enough time to get away. Just an idea, but I love the team element of Overwatch and I just want to see it get stronger. An element of gaming that hasn't been seen in Overwatch is a builder like Minecraft. I'm not saying a character should start slaying pigs and throwing creepers at mercy. But be able to create structures to help out the team. It could be interesting. Give a defensive character a set number of blocks that they can place down, just like Symmetra's turrets. Blocking off a door here or there, but making them weak enough that they can be destroyed easily, just slowing down the enemy team a little bit. That kind of thing could be neat, but I don't know if the block style of gameplay would work in the fast-paced nature of Overwatch. Instead, let's take an element that's already in Overwatch and slightly tweak it. Mei's ice wall is the closest thing to a structure you can currently build in Overwatch, but it's gone in just a few seconds. And it's so tall, it's basically a pause button for both teams, or a way to cut off an enemy. But instead of being used as a trap, what if it was used as cover? A character that could build a few small walls for their team to use as cover could really be helpful. Or maybe give them a double use, use them as cover and a way to get teammates up to places they usually can't reach. Plenty of characters can fly, hover, and climb walls, but some can't. Maybe helping them get just a bit higher could change things up. Jump, Mei. Come on, jump. Use those stocky little legs and get on up there. So having another character help another character get up top where another character can then shoot down on other characters doesn't seem too complicated. I wish I could show you my initial inspiration, but of course it's from Breath of the Wild. Let's see if I can describe a Nintendo game without getting in trouble. In Breath of the Wild, you have the ability to make ice blocks raise from the water, so if you've seen Breath of the Wild gameplay, you can kinda picture what I'm thinking here. Little cubes that come out of the ground and provide some cover. It's just an idea, but the system to create and spawn objects is already in the game, so maybe there's a few more ways to use it. Wait, just before recording this video, I discovered an example in the most unlikely place. Call of Duty. In Infinite Warfare's campaign, there's these grenades that can be thrown to create a bulletproof foam wall for you to use as cover. That's awesome, and kind of like what I was thinking. So, yeah, there you go. And hey, a weird side note, I don't know when I'll ever get a chance to say this. If you haven't played Infinite Warfare, the multiplayer is absolutely worthless, but the campaign is actually pretty awesome. One of those pick it up when it's $20 games. Back to Overwatch. I'm a big fan of fighting games, in case you haven't noticed from all the in my videos, so I was wondering how could you fit a fighting game character into Overwatch? And I couldn't think of a proper way, so no Kasumi in Overwatch, and that's quite a shame because she would have fit nicely in this lineup, but it did get me thinking about combos and melee-focused combat, so of course my mind went to the fighting game's cousin, action beat-em-up games.
You've been cheating on me, haven't you? Someone else caught your eye?
There we go, now our new character fits right in. Genji already uses a sword, so melee combat isn't completely new to the series, but he is a very fast character that can zoom in, take you out, and then run away. So how do we change that up? How about making a heavy and slow melee character? This time I can actually show you kind of what I'm thinking in the form of Monkey from the game Enslaved: Odyssey to the West.
Why did the mechs try to kill us?
That's all I know.
I'm gonna die here, aren't I?
I ain't gonna let that happen.
Now he's a little more mobile than I was thinking for the heavy, slow character, but he has some perfect examples of what his moveset could possibly be like. Somebody who hits hard up close, but still has a weak ranged attack to help while pushing. Give him a different series of punches and kicks, and a combo meter that builds up with successive hits on enemies. Hell, include his little hover disc thing and put it on a cooldown timer. That would give him a quick boost to get into the action, but no way to get out of it if things, you know, go south. Go bad, don't work out quite well, whatever the saying you want to put in there. The ability to block is a key feature in fighting games, so incorporate a block like Genji's deflect, but make it heavily based on timing. Fighting games usually require precise timing, so if it's skill-based with blocking, I think that's fair, and maybe it can only handle 4 or 5 blocks before an attack will break through. Now, most action beat-em-up games feature a third-person camera, and while we do see some instances of third-person in Overwatch, it's mainly a first-person experience, but if the animation is good, then hopefully the idea comes through, like Mirror's Edge does. As I was writing this video, the Overwatch Uprising event happened and gave me an idea. Multi-layered characters, or characters that have very specific weak points. The Uprising event featured an enemy robot with a shield thing that once enough damage was done, it would lose an arm and become weaker. This had me thinking of a character with those characteristics. Right now, the only similar character is D.Va. She has 2 stages, one in her mech and one out, effectively creating 2 completely different playstyles in one character. So what if this new character retained the same gameplay style, but had its power decrease as damage is done to it? Think classic Legend of Zelda, which I probably can't show either. When Link had full hearts, he was able to fire his sword forward, but once he took damage, that ability was taken away. So imagine a mech-like character. I'm gonna use the mechs from the Matrix movies as an example, because I always thought they looked cool, but imagine they had several arms with guns on them and a shield generator. At 100% power, this character is a tank with some intense firepower and a shield to block any incoming attacks. This would make enemies have to flank to damage him. But if they do and get him down to 75%, maybe then 2 of the arms are destroyed, decreasing his overall attack power but still keeping his shield up for defense. Then, with further damage down to 50%, the shield is gone, leaving the character completely open to attack, but still able to fight with the remaining couple of arms. Boom! 25%, it's over. The final 2 arms are destroyed, meaning you have no way to attack and must retreat. If you can get to safety and have someone heal you, then your arms and shield can be restored through some kind of sci-fi magic or whatever. Things don't have to make perfect sense. I mean, we already have talking monkeys, and apparently Mei is technically in her 40s. Pfft, so I'll believe anything.
Yay!
The higher the health of this character, the better it will defend, or make a push easier. It's a style of character that hasn't been seen prioritizing max health over all things. Because right now, every character is just as powerful whether they have 200 health or down to 1. Also, I don't know if it's needed on this character because the shield already makes flanking it important, but what about having a weak spot on a character's back, like a hunter from the Halo series? Big, hulking, dangerous beasts, but once behind them, a few shots can take them down. There's hitboxes for the body and the head of most characters, so I can't see adding another one somewhere else being that hard.
3, 2, 1. Attack, opponents.
To me, one of Overwatch's biggest strengths is its diverse amount of gameplay styles that all work together and allow many types of gamers to come together in one game. And these are just some ideas to expand that diversity even further. Let me know what you guys think about these ideas, and what ideas do you have? Maybe they'll make it into a future video like this one. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video if you want to support the show, and subscribe to the channel if you're not. If you enjoy these videos, consider supporting me on Patreon. Now, a special thanks to everyone who donated over $5. Xavier Charlotte, thank you. Darian A. Mann, thank you. Omar Diaz, thank you. Riley Davidson, thank you. Hang on, let me scroll down. Michael Mad Broad Doll Shaver, thank you. Paul Witowski, thank you. Cody Edwards, thank you. Zach $2 Koopa, thank you. Ryan O'Connell, quotation mark, Shadow Cloud, quotation mark, thank you. And Frederick Moeller, thank you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.
All systems operational. D-Bot, ready for combat.